Hello and welcome to the video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live. So it could be more of an academy little roundup than anything else at the minute, because a lot of that's what we're talking about. It's a lot of academy stuff. And one of the things is, I mentioned this lad before, but Logan Stretch, the goalkeeper, has been offered a professional deal for the club. He joined the goal in 2023 after leaving Liverpool, worked his way up through the ranks, and we've got a lot more people who are just starting to get through. It looks like we've also offered turn to Ernie Weaver, to Kai, and Joe Emery, who looks like they're ready to get it done. And we'll probably get something soon about all the contracts in terms of the academy, in terms of the first team, everything. But the fact that he's stepped up and showed of what he wants to do and how he could be, it means we've got another load of good goalkeepers coming through. The one thing our academy's done as late is we've always managed to have really good goalkeepers. The problem is we've never been able to really transfer that from academy to first team. They've always had a little bit of a chance but never got there. It's looking more and more likely that Charles is going to be one of the first ones in a while to sort out and do all that. Now, we are still waiting for the first team retain list and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we get it today or tomorrow. But it is Wednesday, knowing us, we'll release it on Saturday when it needs to be out in general. But more teams are starting to bring them out, but it's going to be interesting to see who's on that and where it comes from. Now, talking about the academy, the under-18 manager, Andy Sharp, said the defeat in the Professional Development League playoff safer is part of their learning. And it's interesting, you look at things like that, when a defeat like that, when you happen at a young age, it teaches you how to react to it, how to go on to it into like the next stages of footballing. They were on a 13-game unbeaten run as well, which sadly came to an end at Bristol City, and it's just a shame because very close to getting it. Andy Sharp had this to say: "We're awfully disappointed initially, but as always with these things, emotions run high and then the dust settles. You watch things back. You lean on your experience that time, and we've been the process. For some of the young staff, it's taken a little longer to do that. Perhaps it was the game too far, but one way back from the game, I spoke with the senior staff and they reminded me to consider how young we were and the well-documented run we had, and have been on it, been great. We weren't at those levels on Saturday, and that was a surprising thing, but there were different factors involved, the occasion in the stadium, whether that played a part, I don't know, but a learning journey. And that's what it's all about. It's all about developing them, playing the bigger game, stadium and management pressure, expectations, emotions. The players were down after the game, but quickly reminded them what they'd done and taken on. And that's the thing. Yes, it will have been annoying for them to have that loss and how they've been. But again, it's how you react after having such a good unbeaten run. You think about Darren Moore's time with us when we had that stupidly long stretch without a loss and we were like doing really well, but then you've got to go back to it and go, right, that's our first loss. How do we manage that loss? How do we manage that expectation afterwards? And I think when you go on a run like that, it's how you learn from it. But having that run will do them good, because it'll teach them how to handle that run and how to handle that kind of pressure. But at the same time, you've also got the other thing as well, that young players, this is something that if you learn it early on, then great. And they've got to take away what a really good season it's been and stuff like that. But you move on, you go to the next one. But it does seem like the academy stuff is starting to get sorted as well, which is good. So more that kind of stuff. When we get the news about the retain list for our senior players, I will do said video on that. Don't know how long that's going to be. And there's a lot of things probably cooking behind the scenes, because I know a lot of people said DC's been very quiet over the whole manager thing and stuff like that. He has been very quiet, but I think that's a sign for me that maybe things are going on behind the scenes and it's not about like going straight into defence. Maybe we're sorting out other bits and pieces. So let's just see what happens. Like, I'm at that point with Wednesday where it's a case of what'll be will be for us, and how we go from there and move on to the next stage of what Wednesday do next and how things go. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot that could happen really, really quickly. But until that happens, we won't know that much. We know now that the final for the championship playoff is Sheffield United versus Sunderland. Well done Sunderland last night versus Coventry. Very unlucky again. They're getting close to be that team who could be the next step up. They literally just need next season to go for broke, in my opinion, with how they do, but we'll see. But that's been your academy roundup. I'll try and do a bit more of these kind of things as well, where we talk a bit about the academy, and I'll speak to you in the next one of these. See you later. Bye.